Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to my channel. Please hit that subscribe button. Today I'm talking about Belsomra. Belsomra is a new sleep medicine. It works a little differently than Ambien or Lunesta. Those drugs work, in terms of their mechanism of action, they worked on the GABA receptors in your brain. GABA receptors are common targets for drugs. It's like where Xanax works. It's kind of where you get the high from alcohol. A big part of that is on the GABA receptors. Belsomra works differently. It works on something called orexin. So orexin is it's a neuropeptide responsible for kind of helping you stay awake. So it's a wakefulness chemical, and what the scientists decided is we'll just block that, and that'll help you fall asleep. And it seems to work somewhat. I wouldn't say it's probably not as effective as Ambien, but it is significantly more effective than placebo. So Ambien's really popular, and it's kind of gotten this poor reputation for causing people to do complex sleep tasks, and complex sleep tasks are things like walking to the store, getting in a car, driving somewhere, meeting someone, having sex and not remembering, having sex and not remembering, going out for a meal at Denny's or the Waffle House, or it's become so popular and so kind of part of the popular culture that I think there's another issue where people are taking Ambien or not taking Ambien and then saying that they were on it, and trying to blame things on the Ambien, and then people really are doing things, so it's a whole big mess. You remember the Roseanne tweet? Roseanne said she was drunk and on Ambien and tweeting about Valerie Jarrett, and then it seemed racist, and so now this #1 show is canceled, and there's a whole controversy around that, and all because of a sleeping pill. So that's pretty crazy. And so now we have a drug that won't do that, right? Well, it seems like the people that make Belsomra think that it's still quite possible that people could engage in some complicated sleep behavior and then wake up and not know anything about it. So that is still an issue with Belsomra, and they call it complex sleep behavior or complex sleeping tasks. So Belsomra is a tablet. It's taken 30 minutes before bed. It's 5, 10, 15, or 20 milligrams. And of course, they say, take the lowest dose that would help you sleep. And of course, it's a good idea with any medication. So looking at the clinical trial, it says that it helps you fall asleep about 5 minutes faster than placebo. So just compared to Ambien was like 10 minutes faster. So Ambien is very popular and people attest to its effectiveness. So I would probably say Belsomra looks like it's less effective, but it's not. It wasn't studied head to head, so you can't really say, but it looks like Belsomra is probably a little bit less effective than Ambien. Certainly not more effective. And all these sleep medications have problems. Sleeping medications, for one thing, they don't cause a natural night's sleep. So you're not going to get as restful a night's sleep as if you had done it naturally. It's possible that it's probably better than sitting up all night, and then the next day you're all like jacked up and sweaty and you're not thinking right, and you feel you just feel terrible. So it's probably better than that. A lot of these medications will suppress your REM sleep. So REM sleep is your dream sleep, and suppressing that can cause more vivid dreams the next day. And I think that would be possible with Belsomra or Ambien. And because of that, people start to feel groggy the next day. It causes something called next day somnolescence or next day sleepiness. And there's a specific warning against taking the 20 milligram dose and driving the next day. And if you do feel sleepy, they caution against driving because of feeling sleepy on the medication. It's possible to make depression worse, and it hasn't been studied in people that have breathing disorders. And it causes a very strange side effect called sleep paralysis. And this is something that happens to me without taking sleep medicine. And sleep paralysis is when your body starts to enter REM sleep, but you're still conscious. So your brain will shut down your muscles and you won't be able to move, but you're still kind of awake, and it's terrifying. You feel like you can't breathe. And for me, I'll just sit there just trying to move my hands, just trying to move, and I'll get like a spike in adrenaline, and then it'll help me wake up. And I feel like I can't breathe or anything, and I'm like, sometimes I think, oh, I should just ignore it and fall asleep, but I don't know, is it gonna kill me? That's how you feel. So it is really terrifying. So hopefully, if you are on Belsomra, it doesn't do that to you, but it is certainly terrifying. People report vivid hallucinations and cataplexy-like symptoms. So cataplexy is when someone laughs really hard and then their body goes limp. Not numb, but limp. So that occurred with Belsomra, but not necessarily because of laughing or a strong emotion. It's just happened kind of on its own. So it will remain to be seen if people will take Belsomra and go on crazy tweet storms or drive their car across state lines or do all of these strange things that people did on Ambien. I think it's good to mention about sleep hygiene practices. So it is not a good sleep hygiene practice to take a sleeping pill every day. It's not a good thing. It really doesn't. It really will affect your sleeping habits. Good sleeping practice, good sleep hygiene. I think getting exercise is important. If you stay, especially if you work in a sedentary type job and then you try to go to sleep, and your body really needs a little bit of exercise in order to make you sleep. Kind of dimming the lights about an hour before sleep helps. Not sitting in bed reading, just kind of using your bed to sleep, not as a kind of a lounge chair, not sitting there watching Game of Thrones, and then you turn the TV off and you're thinking about Dothraki hordes and what Daenerys is going to do next, and riding dragons. And I think you can relate. If you watch HBO before you go to sleep, you're kind of finished. And of course, not drinking alcohol. Alcohol screws up your REM sleep. If you drink and then fall asleep, messes up your REM sleep. Then the next day you can't sleep. So really avoiding alcohol is generally a good thing to do. I think we're all guilty of not doing that, but definitely avoiding alcohol helps you sleep. So if you can't sleep and you're drinking, there's an intervention there. Please destroy the like button and the subscribe button. I want to thank you guys for watching. It's great to have you here. If you're still here, please subscribe. Leave a comment if you like. I want to thank you guys for watching. Thanks a lot.